It's November 2021 and I've travelled nearly a quarter of the way around the M25 to spend a weekend in Sevenoaks. The town of Sevenoaks first appeared in the written record in the 13th century when a market was established in what was then rural Kent. By the 21st century, Sevenoaks nestles up to the M25 and M26 motorways and is less than 5 miles from the boundary of Greater London. There are still signs of the past amongst the standard high street trappings, but today Sevenoaks is primarily a dormitory town for London. But in this aspect, the town has form, as located on the edge of town is Knole House and Park, a dormitory palace for an archbishop. The house is set within Knole Park, a 1,000-acre deer park which is home to a 350-strong herd of wild sika and fallow deer. In 1456, the estate was purchased by Thomas Bourchier, then Archbishop of Canterbury, and shortly afterwards he began renovation work on the original buildings, convert them into the palace that exists on the site today. In 1480, Bourchier gave the house to the Diocese of Canterbury, and over the subsequent years the palace continued to be enlarged with additional courtyards and towers. The next 4 archbishops occupied the palace up until Thomas Cranmer, when the perennial bad boy of British history, Henry VIII, demands for land from the church following the dissolution of the monasteries, led to the estate, along with 5 other manors, being exchanged with Henry in return for a package of former abbeys and priories between Canterbury and Dover. Through patronage, double dealing, suspected bribery and even barefaced toadying, the estate passed through a number of hands, including Queen Elizabeth I's favourite Robert Dudley, before finally coming under control of Thomas Sackville in 1603, when he purchased the outstanding lease of a building from John Leonard, who had wanted to gain the title of Lord Dacre, which he did the following year from a commission headed by Thomas Sackville. Since then, the estate has remained in the Sackville family, up until the house and the 52-acre part of the park were donated by Charles Sackville West, 4th Baron Sackville, to the National Trust in 1947. The family still live in a large part of the house and still own much of the rest of the deer park. Visitors can explore parts of the building that are open for the public, including the Long Gallery, and climb the Gatehouse Tower, where are views across the building and park. 7 miles north of Sevenoaks is the village of Eynsford. The village is first mentioned in writing in 864, but as with so many things, the Romans got there first. Located on the edge of the village is Lullingstone Roman Villa. In the 1750s, workers digging post holes for a deer park fence uncovered parts of the mosaic floor, but at the time no further works were carried out. The site lay dormant for nearly 200 years before evidence of Roman walls and mosaic fragments were noted beneath a blown down tree in 1939. Following the Second World War, a full excavation of the site was undertaken, which helped reveal the building and its history. The earliest parts of the villa come from the 1st century, but over time the building was extended, enlarged, renovated and repurposed. During this time the pagan shrine was abandoned and a Christian chapel was created, one of the earliest examples of Christian worship in Great Britain. Along with the temples and mosaics, there's evidence of baths on the site. The villa continued to be occupied up until the 5th century, when a fire destroyed the building and it was abandoned to be forgotten until its rediscovery. Less than a mile northeast of the villa, but at least 600 years after the villa's destruction, work commenced on a castle built to protect a strategic crossing point on the River Darrant. However, its time as a fortification was short-lived, and by the end of the 13th century, tied up in inheritance disputes, the castle fell into ruin. Over the centuries that followed, there were numerous attempts at reconstruction, but today the building is a historic monument in the care of English heritage and is preserved in the state it currently is in. Sevenoaks is on the southeastern main line, with regular trains to Blackfriars, London Bridge and Charing Cross.